So, how to sleep. I know that learning how to sleep can just be searched right off the bat through Google. But sometimes some of them doesn't really work. So I'm just gonna talk about what were the tips or the tricks that actually helped me personally. And I hope that it also works for you too. Like half this video will include tips that includes ones that came from Reddit and ones that came from myself, which you may also have seen from Google as well. But this came from my personal experience. It worked for me, and I hope that it will also work for you. Especially when considering that when you try to do something quite boring or what your brain perceives as something dull or not so interesting, it will make you sleepy. Like imagine you were just sitting through a long lecture. If the topic of that lecture doesn't really interest you, you will get bored and you will fall asleep. Here comes the first tip. Before you sleep, try to memorize something. As a student right now, we inevitably have to memorize some facts from textbooks in order for us to pass quizzes. I think majority of us hate studying. As someone who also kind of hates studying, whenever I have to memorize a paragraph from a textbook, my eyes will grow heavy and I will fall asleep. It dawned on me that if you do something boring, such as memorizing, you will fall asleep. So try to memorize something really random or something you've always wanted to memorize but have been procrastinating on. So try to memorize something, either a paragraph or bulleted facts. It can be a topic or a paragraph or something that you are interested in or you're not interested in. I don't know whichever works, but for me, I think whichever will work. And the second tip, you know those handkerchief that were really huge and square shaped, and then I will hold the ends of this handkerchief diagonally. I will roll it around until it will create some sort of rectangular shape. It's as if you're just creating a blindfold over a handkerchief. Since I don't have those kind of sleepwear where you put some mask over your face to help you sleep better, I usually do that. But if you have one, you could use that. When you try to fall asleep but you can't, and then your eyelids will just hurt, this actually especially works. It will force your eyes to just shut down. So usually we can't fall asleep if there's a light. Even though there's not much light, you still wouldn't fall asleep. So if the light will thoroughly shut off from your view, or it will manipulate your entire body to just shut off and sleep. So I just cover my eyes with that handkerchief. After perhaps 10 minutes, I fall asleep. Before I go to the third tip, before you fall asleep, you must close the lights. Like that's just a general info. Like stop using your gadget and close the lights. And the third tip, this actually came from a doctor that I consulted with around 2 years ago. He told me that you must not use your gadget 2 hours before you sleep. I feel like you would typically see this on Google. I haven't seen it once. The only ones that I see on Google is about breathing techniques or something, but I usually get scared doing that. So I never use the breathing technique, and I use ones that I think will work for me, which were the ones that I just mentioned just now. So before you fall asleep, stop using gadget 1 to 2 hours from now. Perhaps you will just put it aside or put it far away from you. At least that's what the doctor said to me, which actually works for me once when there was a power outage and I was not able to use my phone. I fell asleep early. Like I just laid down on my bed. My phone has no battery. I fell asleep early. Fourth one came from a Reddit user. I actually screenshotted it and I will just probably insert that image somewhere in this video. According to this Reddit user, you must close your eyes and then count from 1 to 100, 1 to 150, 1 to 200, any bigger number. I feel like it wouldn't work if you count from 1 to 50. Any number that is lower than 100 or 150, it should be over that number. At least when I did this, I counted from 1 to 200. And user set a certain rule. So if your mind went elsewhere, if your mind started thinking random things while counting, you have to go back from the beginning. I feel like sometimes you wouldn't realize it, like you would just keep on counting, but once you realize it, just go back from the beginning. I think this also connects to the fact that if you're bored, if your brain is doing something boring, such as counting numbers, you will fall asleep. And the last tip, think of a random word. It doesn't have to be the word that you were actually attached with. It needs to be a word that is very random. For example, green. Perhaps green is not your favorite color, but green just came out of your mind. Anyone could just think a random word on the spot. Like right now, I'm thinking about door. I feel like it wouldn't work if you're attached to that certain word. And after that, let's take, for example, the word window. Bat. B-A-T, bat. The one you use in sport. After thinking of a word, use the first letter, B, and then think of 5 words that uses the same letter, B, bat. So we have bat, right? Like B. And then if you think 5 words that starts with letter B, bright, bend, ball, book, Brim. I hope you understand. After you finish, just keep on doing it. After you finish reciting 5 words, each letter, go to a next word. Just keep doing it. After that, you will fall asleep. Yeah, that's all. And I hope it helps. And if it doesn't help, just at least just say it. And I will try to search more tips. And I will try to experiment them on myself. As someone who has insomnia, I will try to experiment them on myself. And yeah, thanks for watching.